Some other things that happened in the temple then when Prabhupada was there in Auckland, he installed small Gauni Thai deities and big Jagannath deities when he was there. I was in the kitchen probably the whole time I was there, and Tusta Krishna Swami, the Swami from the other group, was there at that time. And I was in the kitchen. Apparently Prabhupada was sitting in the temple room waiting for Guru Puja to happen, and there was no arti tray there and no flowers. So Tusta Krishna came and he yelled at me in the kitchen and said, "Get it together, you idiot. Prabhupada's on the Vyasasana and there's no arti tray there." So I'd only been a devotee for like 18 months. I'd only had first initiation. And I had to hurriedly put an arti tray together. I took it in there and put it down there. And then I raced back and got some flowers and I put them on the asana in front of Srila Prabhupada. There was a big marble slab, and I put the flowers there, and then I had to distribute them somehow. There were two lines of devotees. I had to pick up this big marble slab and carry it around, and all the devotees took some flowers off the top of Prabhupada. And they did the Guru Puja, and Prabhupada picked up big handfuls of rose petals that I brought in, and he threw them to all the devotees. It didn't matter that one group of devotees or the other. He treated everyone equally. And then they were going to install the deities. I've never done any deity worship at that time, and they came in, and one devotee came in the kitchen. He was Hari Sawyer, and he said, "Oh, we've got to do the abhishek for the deities. You've got to get this together. You've got to have chilak, cow urine, ghee, and all these other things mentioned there." I didn't know what to do. I ground all the chilak in, put the ghee in there with it, and it was a big mess. And Hari Sawyer came back. I blistered all my hands. I was bleeding. And he said, "This is useless." Actually, it was Jitagarisa Prabhu. He said, particularly sort of domineering attitude. He said, "This is useless. Get it together." You know? And that morning, actually, none of us had slept for days getting the temple ready for Srila Prabhupada. And at that Mangalati, there was only 3 or 4 devotees there, and Guru Kripa Swami was there. And nobody knew the words to the Guru Statement. I knew them, but I wasn't going to sing in front of Guru Kripa Swami. And he called us a bunch of idiots, and he sang the Guru Statement himself. Anyway, later on that day there were initiations, and there were half a dozen devotees there that got initiated. I was in the kitchen again the whole time when the fire sacrifice was going on, but I could hear Prabhupada singing the prayers, and the devotees throwing the grains in the fire, and the names of the devotees that they'd been waiting for initiation for a long time, so it was a very important thing. I raced out and had a quick look, and then I had to go back in the kitchen. So Prabhupada was, later that day, he was installing the deities, and I went out and had a quick look because I was in the kitchen, and Prabhupada was doing a very wonderful arti to Gauni Thai. These Gauni Thai deities are brass deities about this big, and Yaso had brought them from India just fairly recently, and he'd been he brought also Jagannath deities, and he'd been in the room with Srila Prabhupada. We were sitting there with Prabhupada. He said, "Why he brought these big Jagannath deities? Do you think little Jagannath isn't spiritual?" And like that. And anyway, he went down later that day and he saw that they'd made some canopies and arrangements. He said, "Okay, we'll do the installation." While we were doing the installation, they opened the curtains, and Gauni Thai were there, but they didn't have any crowns on. So Srila Prabhupada said, "Close the curtains. We're not doing anything until Gauni Thai have crowns on." So Yaso went upstairs and he broke some diamante jewellery into pieces, stuck it together with blue tack, raced back down, stuck it on Gauni Thai, and Prabhupada did the arti. Very graceful. The whole room was full of smoke from the fire sacrifice. And anyway, I didn't get to see much of that, but Prabhupada was, his presence was like a a very famous king or queen or somebody like that was present. It was the palpable presence of a very aristocratic and elevated devotee. All of his movements were swan-like, very graceful, offering to Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.